Welcome back to the Community Collective podcast. I am Johnny B. Good, the flip-flop agent, and I am thrilled to partner once again with the Davison Area Chamber of Commerce to bring you the stories that shape our local communities. In Season 4, we're diving even deeper, connecting, learning, and celebrating the voices that make our communities vibrant and unique. We're committed to keeping our conversations timely and engaging. So you might notice some episodes split into two parts this season, ensuring you get the most out of every discussion. This podcast remains commercial-free thanks to the support of myself, my co-host, and our incredible guest. If you enjoy what you hear, we would be so grateful if you could like, share, and subscribe. Your support means the world to us, and we just can't thank you enough for tuning in to the conversations that truly matter.
Hello, and welcome to a new edition of the Community Collective Podcast. I am Travis Howe, the Executive Director of the Davison Area Chamber of Commerce. We love being outside, and we constantly see so many new activities and events going on that sometimes it's hard for us to keep up with it all. So today, we're really excited. We have one of our good friends, Casey Reed, who's the director of Davison Township Parks and Recreation. Casey, how are you today?
I am good.
Good. Well, thanks for coming on. I know you guys are really in a busy season right now, and you're getting ready for all the exciting things that go on fall. And then you have your own busy family life too. So you're fitting everything in. So we do appreciate your time coming in.
Thanks for having me. And yeah, we are coming off of our crazy summer and planning for winter and fall. Came back in, the spring. So we're just finally getting it out there and letting everybody know what we have planned. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I know our family has always enjoyed finding new things. Like, I know my son does all the cooking classes and loves it. Our daughter is she's too cool sometimes for things, but we'll take her on things and she does really enjoy it. The fun fall season's coming up with a lot of things that you guys have done traditionally, but you're starting to put new spins on things and make them exciting and brand new, which I think I saw some of the posts on Facebook, and I'm excited to talk to you about them a little bit. So, Casey, we'll start off right away. Some of the fall program highlights. Can you give us an overview of some of the key programs that Davison Township Park and Recreation is offering this fall, and what makes them so unique and exciting for our community?
Yeah, so we have a lot going on. I'm excited for it all. This year, we kind of put a big emphasis on art programs. We've been getting a lot of requests for more art programs in our community, and the ones that we've been offering have been going very well. And I mean art from anywhere from like painting and clay creations to cooking, any aspect that you can think of with the art. So we have really tried to be creative and come up with a wide variety of art programming. We do have our clay creations class that's been super popular.
And I do keep looking at those classes because I had a lot of fun with them, but sometimes I'm like, sit there and I'm like, oh, making like if you're gonna make a clay pumpkin, I'm like, what is this thing gonna look like? It's gonna look like one of those ones that like at the end of fall when they get decrepit and like frozen in the wintertime and pop up in the spring. That's what I think might look like. So, but it was a lot of fun, and I really see how talented some people really are and creative when they're creating some of these, like a mug or other projects. I mean, your team did the Christmas trees.
Yep.
And I have those at my house because I bid on them and auction, and I love them. But I look at those after I made mine, and they're so detailed and clean.
They're
and
perfect.
Yeah, they really are perfect.
Vanessa did those, but we just painted them. But some people come in. We did the fairy gardens.
Yeah.
I think it was in the spring, and the detail that came back because they bring them back to the office so we can see them as people pick them up. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. Like, how do these people do this? But others, you can tell they're trying their best.
And it's something you can take home with you.
You can.
I think that's what I liked. It might have been like a 2-week process through making them and painting them, and then Vanessa to put them in her kiln, stuff like that. But it's something I have at home, and that's kind of, I think that's kind of fun. I will say, the little chef's class that comes home but doesn't last very long because everybody eats it all.
Yeah, so we have the clay creations. There's going to be pumpkins and Christmas trees and then a mug. Then we also have This year, we're going to do an open studio for clay creation so that they can
Oh,
actually come in and make their own ideas just because it's going so well. And some of them have already done the mugs and the other things that we offer. So we're doing that. We also have, I think it's called Raku. It looks really cool when it comes back and it's done. So Vanessa will tell anybody about that one. It's something where you actually light it on fire
oh,
when you're done to get this really cool effect.
yes.
So that's coming up.
This is why you have a team member that
Yeah.
is an expert and knows this stuff.
I am a
I love
participant
it.
in these type of programs. We have canvas painting for adults and kids. Obviously, the fan favorite of the little chefs is coming back with lots of good and yummy treats that they'll be doing. So I'm excited for that one. And then we also have lots of crafts where people can come. One's even called, I think, Craft and Connection. So you can come out to our museum. It's part of our Super Saturday. So one Saturday a month, we have the museum open. And so we have a time where we're going to do a kids craft, and then we have a time where we're going to do an adult craft. So you can come out and actually make it more of like a social event and meet other adults and do something fun. So
This is great. I think that that's one thing when I've talked to people, what we love about the parks is there's something for all ages. I mean, my son's 9, and then, I mean, I'm 40. And so, but there's something for me too.
yeah,
But then in my clay class that I took, it was a wide range of ages,
yeah,
which I think that's amazing. But then some of the stuff you're listing, you're really doing a lot of stuff for adults
yeah.
to find something to do in our community and to enjoy it, which I love.
Thank you. Yeah, we're trying to get out there and trying to meet every, demographic that we possibly can. This year, we're even bringing back our fishing club for after school.
Oh,
We started that in the spring. It was awesome that we were able to partner with the schools, and they actually, Miss Callan, one of the teachers at Han, actually walks the kids over and they do after school fishing club with
oh
Han.
wow.
So we have
Okay.
that one, but we also have another one where anybody is welcome to come after school and fish out at Lake Callis. And then we have a ton of our special events. So we have some of our classics, like you said, and then we are actually putting some spins on some of those classics to make them a little bit different. So we're really excited about is our drive-through trunk or treat. That will be coming back on Friday, October 18th. And so starting this year, we are actually starting that a few hours later than what we have in
Okay.
the past. It used to start at 4. Now we're pushing it back, and I think it starts at 6:30 this year. But what we're doing and why we're doing that is because we're putting an emphasis on having a glowing theme.
Oh wow.
So we're super excited. We're
Yes.
going to kind of bring out some of the lights that we maybe use at Trail of Lights, but have a Halloween theme. So we're being specific on what we're bringing over. But so we're going to decorate the park with Halloween lights. And we're asking all of the vendors and participants that are going to have trunks to make them glow, make them light up. And we're getting a good response as we're reaching out to some of those vendors who
Okay.
typically participate in our event. They're actually super excited about now what can we do
What can
to
we
make
do to
make
yes.
it glow, to make it, different than it has been in the past. So we're really excited about that. We'll have our mysterious tunnel will now be a
Oh.
little bit more mysterious
Ooh,
now that
yes.
it's actually going to be dark outside. So we can have more creativity in how we design that and put it together. So I'm super excited for that event.
I think Lake House is gonna look amazing for this.
I think so too.
And we've done it when like the kids were a little bit younger, and I know we loved it because it was nice and easy. You stay in your vehicle for anyone wondering, and all the vendors or businesses or organizations that are passing out candy, you just stay in your vehicle with your bag hanging out and get candy or prizes from them. And so now it's gonna be like lit up and
Yeah.
Halloweenish. Be as creative as possible if you're signing up to pass out candy.
Yes, we're looking for vendors. So if anybody wants to have a spot and wants to get out some of that creativeness that they have, they can come out and decorate their trunk, which says that they don't make it too spooky, but it's very kid friendly. And we think that this will be a great new twist on this event.
Well, and I think the good thing is too, we liked it because you sign up for a time to go.
Yep.
So it's not like you're showing up and a couple hundred people are just waiting to get in. You have
No.
specific times, and that way it's constantly flowing,
Yep.
and your family time is spent wisely, enjoying the activity.
Yeah, no, there's not really a line going. You're just kind of following the car in front of you. But like you said, yeah, we do limited spaces for each time slot. And that's the time slot for your car. So you just need to buy one time slot. And then however many participants you have, you'll pick out how many bags of candy and treats that you want. And we just kind of hang a little bag on your car and you just slowly drive through the park and get loaded with goodies
it.
and see lots of cool and amazing scenes as you're going.
If someone wanted to sign up to be a vendor and
Mhm.
decorate their car, how do they get a hold of you guys?
So they can reach out to us at our office. Vanessa is actually the one that oversees that particular event and organizes the vendors. So you can really reach out to her. You can call us. It's 810-214-1810. Or you can look on our website at dtparks.com to get her email address and email her. But if you email any of us, we'll get you in the right spot, or call us. We'll direct you to the right persons.
So sign up and start getting creative.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love it. So, and then as always, we have our Trail of Lights coming back this year. That will begin on December 7th, and we'll wrap up the last night being December 22nd. We're going to have wagon rides. Wagon rides go on sale on September 1st. So those usually sell out before the night of. So make sure if you want to go that you log on and get your tickets in advance so that you can ride the wagon or just come out and walk it.
Well, and we love it. We've done it a couple times. I know one year our son's birthday is around that time, and he chose to have his family birthday party. We go walk it, but then we brought our dog to walk around as well. So I think it's very open to anybody. Come, bring your pet, bring your family, and it's a nice, easy walking trail. So anyone of all ages can get out there and walk the trails.
Yeah.
And enjoy the lights. Yeah.
Girl Scout groups that'll come out. We have like church youth groups that come out. So they build it in as part of their activities for the fall. So it is very family friendly and meets a lot of different, events or age groups or anything like that.
Yes.
But then we're trying to throw in some different theme nights again this year. We usually have a couple different bands come out and choirs come out and sing. We try to do a market in the park one or two of the nights. So we're working on all those. So as soon as some of those get solidified, we will have that posted on our website with our map and our event program. So stay tuned for that one on all the exact details that we have coming. But then we have one other event that we're super excited about. This was going to be our STEAM Inventors program. We are once again partnering with Davison Community Schools to host a STEAM event this spring. So if you don't know what that means, STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. The last few years, our department has been fortunate enough to participate in multiple of these events in different communities. Even last year, we went to Michigan State and were able to participate in theirs. So we actually had a booth and we were talking about nature under your feet. And so we just thought, what a great thing to have in our own community. We would love to see this. I think it'd be a huge benefit. There's so many high school clubs and programs that our schools offer, but a lot of times we don't have any idea that these are even going on unless you make sure that the kid brought the paper home that tells you about it. And I know from experience, some of those flyers don't make it home.
Or they're wadded up. Nice and neat, right?
And so we just thought this would be a great way to get that information out to families and get it out at an earlier age so that we can perhaps even start to develop some feeder programs for these clubs to get our kids introduced and learning about the clubs from an earlier age. Perhaps they learn about a career that maybe they didn't even know existed that fits their personality and their interest. So we just think we're super excited about this event. We're super excited to be partnering with the schools and to have this event. We're hoping to have it in a high school gym. So that's what we're looking at. We don't have the date solidified yet. We're waiting for all the sports schedules and what they need the gym for. So we're trying to find that hole where it's perfect to fit it in. So you should see the date released here in the next couple weeks, maybe a month or so. And, look forward to that coming up this spring. So we're super excited about that event.
Well, I think the exciting thing about the parks too, you guys partner with Davison schools quite a bit.
We do.
Whether it's sometimes they're staff doing the retreats or field trips, but this is just another example of a great partnership.
It is.
The parks are so involved that the schools are part of it too. And I think that's a great thing for a community overall.
I think that's what community is all about, is helping each other, making life easier and making life more exciting for our community. And whenever we have an opportunity where we can work together and enhance that, I think, why not? Why aren't we doing that?
It is. Yeah.
So I'm super excited for this opportunity and can't wait to see where it goes and what comes from it.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, I know the parks, like you mentioned, I think it's a perfect transition talking about partnership with the schools. But how does the Parks Department engage in different segments of the community and planning and execution of your programs? I mean, I think a lot of us have experienced so many different things. Our family has, like so many others, but really, how do you guys, you have to be pretty creative. As your team works together, I mean, it's not only just you all planning, but then implementing it. But if something needs to be built,
Yep.
you also have team members that work on building things.
We do.
Yes. How do you guys plan and then execute
Yeah.
programs and make sure they're something everyone's going to enjoy?
Yeah. So the planning process, I mean, we're part of the M Parks organization, which is all the different parks and recreation departments throughout the state of Michigan. We have sites that we go on where we share information. We have a big conference that we typically go to. We try to send a couple of our staff, all of us, try to go to that every year where we can share ideas, steal ideas, see what's new, what's current, what people are looking for. But then we also meet with different members of the community. We're involved with the chamber. We're involved in a couple other organizations out there. We're obviously very involved with the schools and different businesses in the community. So we start to learn some of the needs and wants that they all have and how we can help to better our community and provide those for our community.
One, I think, too, something else is this is not just for Davison. You're getting people coming from neighboring communities. And I know one time I did an owl prowl and someone drove an hour
Yeah.
because of the program. And it was out at Williams. And it was amazing to do something like that. But to see that Davison Township Parks is drawing in people to the Davison area
We
from
are.
other parts of the state.
Yep. Even for like our Trail of Lights program, I know we've had people driving over 3 hours to come to that
Yes.
program. So we're definitely drawing people in, but then we're also still that small hometown feel of being able to come out and be outdoors right in your backyard. So I think we do offer a wide variety, and being involved in the community in so many different ways helps us to make sure that we're meeting the community's needs. Another way that we try to meet our community needs is through our Davison Area Recreation Plan. So that's a 5-year plan that we do in conjunction with the city of Davison, Davison Township, and the Davison Community Schools. We all come together and we work on this recreation plan. It takes us about a year. And like I said, we do it every 5 years. And we're currently in the process of doing one right now. So it's a big process. Over the summer, we reached out to the community and we did a survey asking, patrons to weigh in on what you want to see offered in our community, what you'd like to see in the future, and how you think we're doing in the recreation field. And it's not just for the programs and events, but for the parks, the infrastructure, the development, the safety, like all of those things that were in our survey. Once we got that survey back, we kind of go through that information, and each of the 3 entities compile a list of what are some realistic goals and objectives for us, like setting the standards for us for the years, those next 5 years to come. Like, what do we realistically think that we can accomplish for the community? And then once these plans are created, our goals and objectives are created, we will take those back to the community and be like, hey, here's what we've come up with based on what you told us in your survey. So it gives them another opportunity to weigh in on some input. So that'll happen here later this year. And then I believe by November, our boards, all 3 entities' boards, will get to actually approve the recreation plan. And then we'll start putting that in place. And that's going to help us with our budget. It's going to help us with our grant process. It helps us with our staffing programs. So it kind of just gives us a target in which to reach for. So we do have one of those currently in place. And that one ends this year, which is why we're working on the next one. Instrumental also in our grant applications. We have a grant right now that we wouldn't have gotten if we didn't have one of those plans.
Yeah, it's a huge grant.
It is
It's
a
not
huge
just like,
grant.
you guys, tell us a little bit about this. I mean, this recreation plan not only gets input from residents of what's needed or what you can do, but I mean, it might be something we can cover more later, but I mean,
Yeah.
you guys worked hard, and tell us a little bit about this huge grant.
Yeah,
And what your
so-
plans are for it.
Yep. So we actually it took us about a year to write up this grant. We knew it was coming. The DNR had posted it. And so we started preparing a couple different projects that we thought we might want to do within the parks that met our recreation plan. And we started developing those plans, and we applied. Last year, there were 3 rounds in the grant process. So you had a chance to apply. If you didn't get picked, you could go in for the second round, and then there was a third round. So we actually got picked in the second round. There was hundreds, I think even maybe thousands of grant applications that were submitted
Well, they're coming from all across
all
the state of
across the
Michigan.
entire state of Michigan. And so we actually were fortunate enough that we were chosen in the second round for $970,000.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. So we are
Wow.
converting of our 6 sand volleyball courts. We're going to be converting those into multi-use sport courts. So we are in that process right now because we were awarded that at the end of 2023. And as you can imagine, in any large grant, there's always steps that you have to take. So we are almost going out to bid for it. So we have the plans drawn up, the infrastructure is being worked on the development of that. So we were just honestly meeting about that earlier this week to solidify some of those plans so we can go out to bid pretty quick here. But it'll have 2 basketball courts, 3 tennis courts, which those tennis courts, the nets can be converted into badminton and hard surface volleyball. We will have 4 to 10 pickleball courts, and I say that range because there'll be 4 that are there all the time, but we can convert the rest of the space in up to 10 pickleball courts. So if we want to do tournaments, and things like that, we can. We'll have 2 shuffleboard courts and 4 square. And then in the winter, we'll also have the potential to have a full-size ice rink. Unfortunately, it won't have a cooling system, so we'll be reliant on Michigan weather to freeze that surface, but we're super excited to have all that installed. It'll have a fence around it, and we're adding in accessible handicap parking and making it accessible up to our main building where the restrooms are. And then we'll have like bleachers around it so that we can host different events if we want to. And then we have a shed that was going in to hold all that equipment when we're moving it around. So we're super excited to have that. And we're super fortunate that we were chosen from all of those, like I said, thousands of applications that were submitted, that we were chosen.
Yes. Wow.
to receive
that
that.
is exciting. I think part of it is too, one, your team's hard work on applying.
No.
The master plan you guys worked on, really the input from people kind of showed you what was needed, what people want to do to participate
Yep.
in sports and activities at the parks.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
this is the result of you guys listening to people and getting input and actually implementing it, which is a great way to really showcase what Davison Township Parks is offering.
Yes.
You're listening and
Thank you.
responding to people. Well, and I think that kind of helps that a little bit too. And in Casey, we can cover so many different things, but some of the stuff you guys offer really shows kind of the impact of outdoor activities. And with the emphasis on that, especially with these cooler fall months coming, what benefits do you see these programs providing to participants' physical and mental well-being in our community?
Yeah.
Because you get that kind of downness, all of a sudden all the sunshine's gone and the leaves are falling and it's raining. But what do you guys see? What's the impact of encouraging people and offering activities outside?
Yeah. Well, not being a doctor, obviously, but I know that I've read many studies, and being in this field, you learn about the different benefits of outdoor recreation and open green spaces. So the events that we're offering that are organized through our department, they offer a refreshing way to engage in nature while reaping the benefits of physical health. We have our guided salamander hikes and our owl hikes. We have our lantern lit trail hikes. We partner with the community schools to do our nature walks. And these all provide participants opportunities to exercise and promoting cardiovascular health, enhancing general physical fitness, and just promoting healthy lifestyles, getting outdoors. Also, the scenic beauty is wonderful benefit to that as well. But it's also been proven, when you look this up and read on these studies, it's been proven to reduce stress and anxiety levels, and it's known to decrease risks of depression. So, these are all ways that we know that what we're doing is beneficial, and getting people outdoors is important. Engaging in your natural environment's important. It also helps to foster, one of the things that we always say when we're talking about it, but it's foster social connections, whether it's with your families or your friends, people that you maybe don't even know. You're meeting new people, you're getting involved in your community, and these all happen through our parks and outdoors in our spaces. That was one of the main reasons 9 years ago when we developed the Trail of Lights, that I wanted to get people outdoors in the winter months. We see so many drive-through Christmas events or indoor Christmas events because people don't want to be outdoors, but I saw that need, that we want to get people outdoors. We want to know that you can still hike in our trails in the winter. Come out and look at them. You're going to be fine, and look at the beauty that comes when the fresh snow falls.
It's a whole new way to look at things.
It is.
Because I know I've taken up snowshoeing just because I need it that way to just be outside in the wintertime and do some of the exercising. It's a different way to really take your time and enjoy it. And I think for our family, the Trail of Lights is perfect.
It is.
Because we'll get out there, you can walk it once, sometimes we walk it a second time, but you guys usually always have like coffee or hot chocolate for people to get. So you can, and usually like a bonfire going as well. So you can just sit and relax too. And
Yeah.
just enjoy doing it. You don't always have to walk around the whole time, even though you do want to take in all the lights.
We usually walk it a couple times. We'll go one way, then we go backwards, and then do it a few times. We'll have lots of people that are just hanging around. They make it a social gathering. You know, the first year that we started it, we just had walking. People could just come out, and it took off. And then we did have people asking, like, hey, have you ever thought about wagon rides? Some people can't walk it, but they still want to come. I have a family member, they want to come, but they can't walk it. So the next year, we started doing wagon rides to help with that. And again, those took off. So we started horse-drawn wagon rides, and those took off. Trying to keep it creative, trying to keep people, ways for them to come out. I remember the first year, or one year, we had made a post online right before we turned registration on. So we posted something on Facebook, turned registration on, and went home for the night. Somehow that post went viral overnight. And we came in the next morning, and single thing that we had offered for the trail lights was like sold out. And we're
my
like,
gosh.
I remember we're all like, no way. What just happened? Like, how did this happen? Like,
What is this?
we're
Yes,
amazed,
yeah, you're
excited, but then we're also like, what do we do?
All right.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Add more lights.
Yeah. And so, the event has just taken off. It's exciting to see it. We did try to bring it back because we were doing more and more rides. So the last 2 years, we've tried to bring it back to where we're getting back to actually promoting that physical fitness and getting people outdoors and kind of what it was originally created for. So that's why you've kind of seen us pull back a little bit, and we're kind of trying to push people back out to really promoting that, to get back outdoors. Come back, come see us, participate in this event, and get active. So you've kind of seen that transition. If you looked last year and you're looking again this year, we're having more walking nights than we are wagon rides again, which honestly was proven last year that that's what people wanted.
Right.
So people were super excited to have more walking nights. We were having so many people show up on some of our walking nights that it was hard for us to accommodate it, being that small town, trying to accommodate the big,
more and more people
production.
coming in for it. Yes.
Yeah. So we went back to more walking nights, and it was much better. The parking was much better. And so we think that, that's where we need to be right now. That's what the community wants. And so, like I said, we have 5 different walking nights this year and only 2 wagon ride nights.
So once again, if people want to, are they able to buy the wagon rides through the website or calling? But now for walking nights, can they buy online and then show up the night of at the gate?
Yep. So they can, for tractor wagon rides, they can buy those online in advance. If we do have any available, can't guarantee there will be. We will sell them the night of. So you can always call and check with us before you show up if you want to. And then for walking, they can pre-purchase them on our website, but then they can also buy those at the gate the night of. So either way, and you'll be able to check our website. I think all the dates are already listed on the website, and the tickets, like I said, go on sale September 1st for that. So, keep your eyes open, stay tuned for the details on that event. But we also have lots of other hikes and activities, getting people outdoors, promoting that physical fitness and helping with the stress and all those mental wellness.
Thank you for joining us for part 1 of this week's episode of the Community Collective podcast. Today we had a great chat with Casey Reed about the exciting programs at Davison Township Parks. Be sure to catch part 2 next Friday as we dive deeper into the community initiatives that are making a difference locally. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. Your support means everything to us. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.